Can I welcome the new mods?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. We can do that when we do the thing we're about to do. It's not our fault. It is Facebook's fault. And on the, you guys know that we're never this late, ever. Facebook denied our live booking of the show 20 some odd times, which means I have to go and delete all the channels, add them all back, and it took forever. So we are very, very sorry. We'll extend the show tonight, of course.
What must have happened is they must have gone through en masse and messed with everyone's accounts, like scrubbing everything, because I as well got several notifications that some of my posts were like, nope, you can't have that. So they must be.
Leeroy, I was going to tell you last show, do me a favor, pull your mic about 3 inches away from your mouth.
Ah, how's that? Better?
Go ahead and say something.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Little bit closer.
How's that? But check 1 2.
That sounds pretty good. Yep. Yeah,
Right.
Without that mic cover, you sound amazing. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. We're so sorry. Facebook sucks. We've got some good news. Olivia has some good news, and we're starting off with a different screen. Pre-show is a little bit different tonight. Tonight's goal is in. We're shooting for $200. End the month on an amazing note. You can donate at thedumshow.com/donate. Liv, would you like to tell everybody the good news?
Sure. Are we live on Wimkin?
Nope, because you didn't check me off. It's my fault. All right.
Let me know.
Going live on Wimkin. Looks like it's
Good to go.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to just wait a few seconds and leave page. Okay, to make sure we're good. Now,
Yep.
It's disconnected the last few nights, and I really hope it doesn't do it again.
We are good.
All right, good.
So
Let's
right
share
now.
the news. Once again, we will be, Amy and Leeroy may not be able to, but we will be here late. If they can, great. If they can't, also okay. All right. Liv, your news.
My news is we have welcomed 2 new mods, aka Muds, to our show. We have Judy St. Vincent, who will mainly be on Rumble, and Melanie Marino on YouTube. Both longtime listeners of the show and have been awesome. So we extended the invite to them.
More free labor. I love it.
That's amazing.
I
It's called
love
slave
it.
labor.
I don't give a shit.
We
don't
don't
believe in
frown
the
upon it
13th.
these days.
We don't believe in the 13th Amendment. Abolition is for pansies. So welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. We have 2 special things to show you. Here they are. We'll post these up on Facebook for all to see. Here is the first. Nope.
Are you able to turn up my headphones? I could barely hear.
Yep. They got turned down in the shuffle. How's that? How does that sound?
A little bit lower.
How does that sound?
A little bit lower.
How does that sound?
Teeny bit.
How does that sound? How does that sound?
Teeny
How's
bit.
that sounded?
Better.
Does that
Can you hear
sound?
me
Oh.
now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Can
Thank
you hear me now?
Yes,
All right, here we go.
I
Ready?
can.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, Kristen, it's Olivia.
It's Hayden. And it's Ethan.
And it's Matt.
And we wanted to wish you a very happy birthday from us to you. We hope you are having a wonderful day.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kristen. Thanks for being a
Yes,
Dumb Club
happy
member. Wanted to
happy member.
happy member.
Jeez.
Happy
I-
birthday, Kristen.
Happy birthday. Holy cow.
I've got a happy member.
Hey, Kristen, it's Olivia.
All right, we've already done that one. Is it this one?
That's tomorrow. We can do that one tomorrow.
No, we do it today.
Okay.
Let's get it done because God knows that we'll forget. And it's got to be posted up on the site anyway. Here we go.
Hey, Kristen, it's Olivia.
What
Matt.
in the name of hell? Hold on. I know we've got another one here. I promise you we do. There it is.
Yes. Hey, Santana, it's Matt.
Olivia.
Hayden. And Ethan.
We wanted to say have a wonderful birthday. We appreciate you being a longtime listener and a Dumb Club member. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy birthday, everybody. A little bit of crack. Their voice is kind of going hoarse. I hate that. Let's get into the pre-active. Does anyone have any birthday wishes they want to wait? I'm sorry, Amy and Leeroy, you didn't have a chance to say happy birthday. Go right ahead.
Happy birthday, all.
Yes, happy birthday. I was thinking we need like a cardboard cutout like of our heads and then like just a soundbite of Leeroy and I going, and Amy and Leeroy. Just hold it
I
up
think
for-
that's, well, Leeroy, like Ethan could be Leeroy
British
and
guy
then.
to overlay my voice. That'd be fantastic. If he just came on, it was like, happy birthday from Matt, Leeroy, Olivia, and Amy. You know, if you could
Yeah,
get that.
that would be awesome.
We should do that. We could do that. That would be something easy. There is a little bit of a special at the end of the credits. You might want to watch it. Something new, a new endorsement that happened today. So make sure to watch the intro. 3 minutes. We will be right back. God bless. Give us 3. We'll be back. Step into a win, kid. And Amy Bordeaux has her son, Nolan, is it? Or Nathan? Nathan, happy birthday. No, yes, my son, Nathan. Happy birthday, Nathan, from the Don't Unfriend Me crew.
Yeah, happy birthday, Nathan.
Happy birthday.
What did you need, Liv?
Turn my headphones down just a tad. That blew my eardrums out, the sound. Better, thank you.
Are you sure it's better?
It's a little, I'll figure it out once the music plays.
Okay. How's that?
Much better, thank
Great.
you.
Happy birthday, Nathan. Check Wimkin. Amy, when the world isn't going meltdown city, I will give everyone their wrenches. Right now, I focus on trying to do the show. Wrenches will be incoming as soon as I can. We're definitely going to get everyone a wrench. Thank you. Talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. And if that sounded snooty, I didn't mean it to sound snooty. I just was trying to be matter of fact. Wrench is incoming. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's that I hear most often, that I always try to help people connect the dots, is what is past is prologue. And although Shakespeare, not my favorite, it's an interesting thing when you look at 1980 and the crack epidemic and what the United States government was involved in with the Contras.
No kidding.
So I don't understand why people are so shocked and they call Roseanne a conspiracy theorist. Because there's evidence in the past of the government getting involved in this, and there's plenty of books on this, and you can read this.
Hey, here's what I think. I love your show, by the way, Matt Spear, and
Thank
watch
you, ma'am.
Just discovered you about a week ago,
ma'am.
Oh my God, this guy's a genius. The facts he can spew.
God, I love you.
You can spew fact, and that's the sign of a genius.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I appreciate you asking me that.
So you just made my life.
I do remember back when they were bringing the crack cocaine into the black neighborhoods, and that proved that the CIA was doing it because they were grooming that population, and they've been
adjusting transmitter output. This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leeroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Matt is off-putting. Yeah, she didn't call me off-putting. It was pretty cool. I was
That's
sitting
awesome.
around. Sitting around today, and I don't know if you guys saw, but in the left-hand corner was Lara Logan. So Lara Logan was on there. Amy's gonna get mad at me.
Am I
Uh-oh.
blurry?
There we go.
You are.
I think, yeah, I thought so too. I'm like trying to.
Here, try it again.
It's amazing that you were able to talk to Roseanne and that she was just so matter of fact about everything. Roseanne, if you're watching, I got to tell
We
you,
love you.
Yeah.
there were
pretty awesome.
two in the 90s. There were two TV moms that were like my stand-ins, right? And it was Patricia, whatever the hell her name is, from Tim the Toolman Taylor, that show. And then there was Roseanne. And Roseanne was always way cooler. She was more funny. She was snappier. Always a blast. Loved you.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous. She watches the show, and I'm sitting there like, she's like, I found you last week. And it was the highlight of my day. And I guess Lara Logan, also I clipped her too. She had some wonderful things to say about the show. And, you that feels good, right? I mean, I don't care who says it, but anybody makes a comment like that. It just made my day. So it was wonderful to see that she watches. So hello to Roseanne. Nice to know we have Roseanne Barr and Lara Logan as fans. So we love watching. Call in. We want you to come on the show.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, come on. Yes.
Donations are not up.
Donations are not up. That's because I was going to do the scroll ticker. Thank you for telling me. I love it. Here's the scroll ticker. These are the folks who have donated to the show most recently. We can't thank you
Okay, so it did go in. Okay.
enough. Stacy Snow most recently, and then of course everybody over the last few days. It's been a great month, and you guys have just made a huge impact on the show. Thank you for donating and helping us continue to grow. Obviously, it's working because the word's getting out. I mean, we've got people who are recognizing the show and going, oh, hey, I saw your show. And I'm like, where? Well, I watch it. And I'm like, what? I didn't know. So I have a feeling that the numbers that we see versus the numbers that are reality are two different things. For instance, today we didn't eclipse 85, but we had 3,000 views and we had almost 150 likes. And I'm like, I'm like, something's weird, right? Right. I don't trust Facebook as far as I can throw them. And obviously they wouldn't even let us book the show tonight. So whatever. Amy was upset, Stancombe. She thought that because she shared the Wimkin post, that the reason why, Amy, is that I had already shared it and then you shared it again and it looks like we were spamming. So it's not a big deal. You didn't do anything wrong. The original show is still up on the page. So if you want to watch the full fentanyl roundtable that Jason from Wimkin put out there, he's putting out fentanyltest.com. Go see it. He's going to change the world when it comes to fentanyl testing. Go to wimkin.com and watch it. It's going to be at the DUM Show where we are with everything else. Go take a look and you can see us there and watch the entire roundtable with Roseanne, Laura Trump. We had an NFL player there.
Laura Logan.
Did I say Lara Logan? I'm sorry, Laura Trump. Lara Logan. There's an NFL player there who played for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They also had like 3 or 4 different groups, Mothers Against Fentanyl, and it was just an amazing thing, and I felt so honored to be a part of it, and it was a last-minute thing. Tonight's goal, we're already at 110.85. Did we miss one?
It was Stacy and Bobby, but neither popped up on screen when I hit send.
You can just delete them and put them back in.
Okay, let's redo that.
Yeah,
then.
just so people get that love because they deserve it.
That's why I was like,
I'll close this down, tell me when it's up, and then we'll pop it back up. All right. Did everyone pay attention with what happened this weekend? Did everyone see the Nazi rally at Madison Square Garden?
Boy, did I.
Yeah. That's a lot of, I mean, we are like an elite class, us Nazi people over here. Like,
yeah, who knew that we were so inclusive? Indians and Jews.
Yeah.
There were a couple
Muslims.
of Greeks, black people, Haitians. I even think there might have
saw
been
the Israeli flag. The Israeli flag was hanging on the far end of the stadium. So I thought that was amazing that the Nazi party has become so inclusive.
We're so inclusive.
That's called a geographically illiterate swastika. That's not. It wasn't the Star of David. Yeah, it was different, and they replaced the red and black because the blue and white. It's basically an undercover swastika. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's the Zionists. So and then they even had some Puerto Ricans from the land of trash. So it's all exciting.
Oh.
It's right, all good stuff. I didn't see many Nazis, but we're going to talk about that because people are flipping the F out because of a joke. But they didn't seem to mind when they took on MAGA Tom Brady.
Kill Tony, is that the one you're?
Yeah, when Kill Tony went after Tom Brady, the left didn't seem to mind. In fact, they had a field day, so we're going to watch that. Listen, Kill Tony, he bombed. He sucked. His entire presentation was horrible. I didn't find it funny, but I can take a joke. So I just want to let everyone know, unfortunately, the Puerto Ricans who are going to vote for Trump in the demographic of I'm a fucking Karen and I can't take a joke Puerto Ricans, unfortunately, will not be voting for Donald Trump. We're going to miss you from the party. Everyone else will continue to vote for him because we all know Kamala Harris doesn't have a sense of humor. Are we ready, Liv?
Yes. I am ready to let me know when I can put him back in.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and do it now?
Okay.
So we're going to talk about that. Did you guys have a chance to see Donald Trump and Joe Rogan?
I haven't finished it. I saw a fair amount. I haven't finished it.
What did you think, Amy?
Say, so far I'm like in love with it, but I did catch about 10 minutes of your show today, and someone just commented about Beyonce. So I would like to say on behalf of the Dawn and Remy show that we want to thank Beyonce because I heard your comments about her earlier, and I don't want to die. So thank you, Beyonce.
Yeah, she's something special. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, there's
yeah, she looks great.
This is the whole vibes coming from the rally. This picture was
SWAT about 400 there.
This was a picture of Beyonce that she sued and scrubbed the internet, and of course I saved it, and she never wanted it out there. It was just taken at the wrong time. But this was pretty much Kamala the entire rally. Those were the vibes. And here's the Nazi rally. If you haven't had a chance to see it, just look at all those. Look at all those Nazis. Look at that Nazi flag in the middle. So, like we said today, do you see all these banners up here? These Nazi banners, Metropolitan Division champions. These are the New York Rangers. They 41 times a year have Nazi rallies at their stadium. They're pretty horrible people.
I think some Democrats have had rallies there as well over the years.
Yeah, 1960s.
It's inclusive Nazi stadium.
John F. Kennedy, a famous Nazi, 1962. Bill Clinton, 1993. 1992, famous Nazi. The Al Smith dinner, the Catholic who ran for. He had one there. He's a Nazi. The Democratic Party, 3 times the Democratic National Convention's held there, all Nazi parties. It's just a Nazi haven. The Hindenburg crashed there. I don't know if any of you guys knew that. Right there, right on top of that stadium. In fact, the metal that was from the Hindenburg, actually, they built the stadium out of that. So it's all true stories.
Yeah.
It's a memorial. It kind of looks like the Hindenburg if you look at it, and especially
if you go ahead and strike oven, but the flames didn't go the right direction.
That's correct. And we all, listen, this is all history. We can look this up. It's not hard. So anyway, folks, I just thought you'd want to know here. What?
I hate to burst your bubble and interrupt, but it's still not popping up the names.
Shit. I know what happened.
Do I need to delete it?
Yes.
I only put in one just in case. So I'll just.
I know exactly what it was. I am so.
Delete that
baby,
again.
I am so sorry. I forgot to put up the likes and follows thing. I just put it up. That's the problem. Okay. I'm a little excited tonight. Roseanne Barr got me tickled.
Deleting.
So I'm not going to lie.
Her.
She's a good-looking woman for how old she is, and how much change. She's so cute, and I'm like watching her. I'm like, oh my god, she looks like she's reverse aging. So she's a nice lady. She's adorable. She's funny as hell. She's absolutely hilarious. Yeah. All right, you're ready, Liv.
Okay, I'm gonna add one in.
We need to have her on.
She will come on. I can totally I went and sent her a message and said thanks, but I didn't want to ask her for something. But the thing is that she has some pretty important people on her podcast.
Yeah.
Like it's an impressive list of people, and she was just on Bill Maher. So thank you, Stacey.
Awesome. Okay. Perfect.
So I hope we can get on, and I would love to go on her show. But she's amazing. And like I said, she looks great. She's She's lost a ton of weight. Her hair looks good. She looks healthy, and I'm happy she's doing well. Okay, let's get to it. We got a lot to do. This was another Nazi rally. I figure you guys would want to watch this video. This is from Howie, who is a longtime listener, Howie Richardson. And I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. He sent it to us. He wanted to kind of talk about it and say, hey, this is what was going on. Here's a rally. We got really close to Trump. He sent me a picture. It was kind of cool. So here is this. Thank you, Bobby.
Bobby.
Thanks, Bobby.
Wow.
Yes, Bobby. We appreciate it. Here's the video. Good seats. I got to turn it down. I don't want to get clacked. Those are good seats.
Yeah, he did. He got really
The only seat that would be better would be the shooters. You know, that's pretty good.
Well, he's more on a perch.
Yeah, too soon. Too soon.
Thanks, Kevin.
Kevin, thank you, buddy. Look at that. What a great view. Amy, are we going to go to Virginia? Are we going to go see him? What's going to happen here, sister?
We live in Virginia, just real quick.
Yeah.
I am waiting. I have these clients that are supposed to be coming in from another state. I'm trying to get them to tell me when they're I don't know. Everything hinged on them. But I did register for tickets just in case. We have other friends that register
as
for
press.
tickets.
We need to register as press.
I don't have credentials personally.
You do.
So
you have this show. You don't need credentials.
So I can do that. So I'll just re-register as.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You put that you're a part of the dumshow.com and you're press. They will issue your press credentials, but you have to link.
We have like professional cameras and stuff too. So I'm like, we could literally be press. Like we have all the gear. So
yeah, you just need a phone. In today's world, they know that. Listen, I will tell you this. I know for a fact that the Donald Trump campaign knows the Dumb Show. For an absolute, I have absolute confirmation that they know the show. Whether they participate
here before Saturday. My other coat.
She what?
Will my coat get here before Saturday?
I don't know. I hope so, but I'll be wearing mine, and I've got a hoodie. But all we need to do is register and what they'll do is they'll check us. Secret Service will check the Dumb Show. They'll see our news section. We are more than press. We're citizen journalists, and we qualify as such. And what I probably will wind up doing is just applying for your press credentials and paying for that annually, so we can all, because we need to go to these things. I mean, we have to. It would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. I want to say hi to Jane. She's listening tonight.
Jane,
she just cannot chat, but she is listening.
Jane, I just wanted to say something. Jane, I just want to tell you, first of all, it's all seriousness. Everyone just get serious for a minute. Jane, we tried to come out and see you on Sunday, and we were told we couldn't. But Hayden, Ethan, myself, and Olivia, and not Yenny, we're all going to come out and see you, and wanted just to tell you how much we care about you. We tried to call, and we can't call. And we know that you're in an ICU, and they won't allow us to see you or call. But know that we're there in spirit, and we just want to tell you we love you, and we're praying for you. We were thinking about you all weekend, and it was like a 6-hour drive to and from, and we were ready to make it. We cleared the weekend, and we're like, let's go see Jane. We don't know you from Adam, but we know you're a fan, and we know you love the show. And that's enough to be family. So we just wanted to tell you we love you and we appreciate you, and God bless, and just please get better as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah. And I'll just say that, second that. And Jane, yes, you were a topic of one of our conversations that we all had on Saturday, and we are all praying for you and all of your doctors and your family. And yes, Matt and Olivia were going to go up to see you Sunday. I would have gone, but I could not have gone Sunday anyway. So it didn't matter anyway. Didn't work out. But maybe another time when she's out of ICU, we can go and see her.
Yeah. We know your brother has been communicating, and we understand that he's your protector, and he has to make sure that you're okay, but he also has to follow hospital rules. So we just, if there is any opportunity for us to come up and see you, we would love to do that. But either way, you are in our prayers and thoughts. Marky Borland, his son Jager.
I think it's Jagger.
It's Jager.
Yeah.
It's
I can't believe he's 4.
It's Jager. It's Jagger. Jagger is 4th birthday.
Got the moves like Jagger. Got the moves.
It's officially Jaeger. But
I can't believe
is somebody
he's 4.
Is someone going to pronounce it? Marky, is it Jaeger? Because Jaeger is that's the name. But do you pronounce it Jager?
Jagger?
Or Jagger?
Jaeger?
It
says Jaeger.
Every night I
Jaeger.
watch that cat trying to Facebook Olivia.
I'm just shocked that he is 4. I just remember right when he was born.
Dude, why are you so excited about the cat? I mean, it's just
oh my God.
Are you jealous? Are you jealous,
I'm not-
Leeroy? You wish he would do this to you.
No.
that's the closest amount that pussy's been to his face in a long time.
God, that's horrible.
All right, let's get to it. It's Jaeger. Jaeger. Yeah. Oh. Thank you.
Jaeger.
Leeroy, high five. High five on drinking a lot and also having a favorite hockey player. It's Jaeger, but could somebody say Jager? If you're from Czechoslovakia, you could say Jager.
Is that how Jaromir Jagr's name is spelled?
No, it's Jagr, but it has
that's right.
2 dots over the A, which basically means you're fucking complicated and you need to stop. All right, let's get to it. We got a big show tonight. Huge show. Huge. So we've covered Donald Trump. We've covered Donald Trump and Joe Rogan. It was a great podcast. You should listen to it. Donald Trump got a few things wrong. It was a 3-hour conversation. Kamala Harris would have imploded. So I thought Donald Trump did great. He was very much himself. What I love about Joe Rogan is he has the ability to earn people's trust very quickly, and you could see that Trump genuinely liked him, and it was a great interview. And let's get to the other stuff, the not so great stuff over the weekend. We're gonna start off with the joke about the Puerto Rican. But once again, Puerto Rican Karens without a sense of humor. Okay. We lost that demographic.
Right. Okay.
Here it is.
A lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody.
Who here has been to Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico.
Can you please tell me about Puerto Rico? What do you think about Puerto Rico?
Well, when I was there, it was a long time ago, and it was nice. It was beautiful. It may have changed since then. I don't know, but I liked it when I was there.
Amy?
I feel like we go fairly often, and I have 5 friends that were born and raised in Puerto Rico, but now live here on the mainland side. I have not asked them about this, so I don't know what they would feel about this. I have a feeling they would be like, we thought it was funny. I love Puerto Rico. There's beautiful parts of Puerto Rico. There are also parts of Puerto Rico that are disgusting trash holes, just like everywhere else in the United States. So I do love Puerto Rico, though. Quick flight, no customs, in and out. Do it in a weekend. Super easy. Love it.
I think that Mexicans need to relax. They're just a little too fucking uptight, you know? Mexican people need to chill out. I understand you're from, where are they from? Cuba? Where was it again?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
They can't vote anyway.
Right, yeah. So Mexico isn't even a U.S. state. You guys just relax. Puerto Rico.
And it really doesn't count.
Cuba.
We take it over.
Yeah,
right.
They're not really Americans, you know? They're not really the United States. So, I mean, we just do that in honor so we can get some good baseball players out of y'all. And
that's where the pitchers come from. They're amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know what they feed them down there. Must be
trash. Trash is my understanding, according to people. Chill out, okay? I don't think Puerto Ricans are going, you know what I think they're saying? Holy shit, we got mentioned on the national stage. This is huge. This is huge. There's no hurricane, and they're talking about us. Huge.
Right.
I think people have a sense of humor, and that's it. This guy, Tony Hinchcliffe. Oh.
And because it was said by a comedian, that's what he's known for. Kill Tony. I want to say he's from Ohio. That's like his whole thing. So when he's throwing stuff out there that are obvious jokes, please don't take it too seriously.
Read that. Amy goes, but they aren't Mexican. They're all the same. So
He calls anyone that is of a Hispanic culture Mexican.
everybody's Mexican. Everybody. And we're from Texas. Texas, it doesn't. You're from Puerto Rico,
But
Kim?
you're part of the Cuban mafia, so
Yeah,
you know.
I can say that. It's not racist. I am a part of the Cuban mafia. And my boys in Houston will tell you. It doesn't matter. You're Chicano, you're Hispanic, you're Mexican, you're Puerto Rican, you're Venezuelan. You're a Mexican. That's just the way it is. You're a Mexican. So Mexicans need to calm down. Okay? All right. Is that racist? I guess I'm a part of the Nazi party. That's the way it works. It's called a joke.
Racist if you like, including all of those cultures and all of those nations under one umbrella. It's not racist.
It's called an inclusion.
You love them all.
That's what it's all about. I love all of them. Here is a video of Tony Heathcliff, and that's not his name. What is it, Hinchcliffe or some shit? Ripping Tom Brady apart that nobody cared about. In fact, the left celebrated it because he's MAGA. Here you go. Enjoy this.
Tom is afraid of the Giants, which is why Kevin Hart is hosting tonight. All night, he's been using the stool that Aaron Hernandez kicked out from under himself. Kevin is so small that when his ancestors picked cotton, they called it deadlifting. Tom Brady is a patriot, which is surprising considering he looks like a Confederate fag. Clearly your ex-wife takes after you. I hear she's out there draining balls right now. People love you, Tom. You have the same fan base as Kyle Rittenhouse. Gronk, I'm happy you could take a break from writing Santa letters to be here today. I knew you were here when we were all out of chocolate milk backstage. You look like the final boss in George Floyd the video game. Jeff is so Jewish, he only watches football for the coin toss. Nikki has such a bad eating disorder, the industry keeps shoving her down our throat. You might recognize her from her podcast appearances, specials, and winning the Triple Crown at Churchill Downs. You might recognize Kevin as the jockey that rode her, and that's Churchill Downs, the racetrack, not to be confused with what Jeff Ross looks like when he smokes a cigar. Sam J, an obese African-American lesbian, so by having here, Netflix checked off a lot of boxes. Andrew Schultz, I'm glad you took a break from watching YouTube videos on how to dap up black dudes correctly. Schultz's mom is a professional ballroom dancer, which means she's a stripper that talks too much. Bert Kreischer is a king. He looks like if the Tiger King and the Liver King only ate Burger King and had a liver that looked like Martin Luther King got beat up by Rodney King. And how about the appearance from the great Ron Burgundy, huh? A whale's vagina, which reminds me, Kim Kardashian's here. She's had a lot of black men celebrate in her end zone. Kim, word of advice, close your legs. You have more public beef than Kendrick and Drake. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Netflix.
Dude, it's supposed to be, it's a roast. It's supposed to be funny.
If you bring in someone like that, you're asked.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What? No, go for
I
it.
thought he fired him off too fast. It was too much.
That was the cut
of the
that was the cut
fire, and not enough absorption time. You know.
That was the cut.
No,
they didn't go off. They didn't go off that fast. That was the cut of the show. I didn't cut it, but whoever the show, the tempo was fantastic. They just cut it that way to get them all in.
It's a roast. It's totally. If the Puerto Rican joke was at the roast, it's totally fine now. Totally.
Listen,
I mean, if people can't take a joke, don't. It's a roast. Don't watch it. If you do, if you get insulted easily, don't watch it.
Listen,
that's what roasts are.
It's gross. It's graphic. You might find it funny. You may not. Who cares? Right? Turn it off. You don't want to watch it, turn it off. There were some things in there that were funny, but see, I don't take shit like that like you do. Or like Leeroy and I bag on each other all the time, but it's just military. It's just what we do. It's not his fault that he looks like a reverse engineered growing old baby. It's not his fault. That's just And Benjamin.
I was going to say Benjamin Button. That's your new nickname.
Yeah, Benjamin. But it's not Benjamin Button's fault that he's reversing in reverse. So it just is what it is. There's nothing you can do.
I look like a Puerto Rican Benjamin Button. Is that what you're telling me? With the tattoo, with the teardrop tattoo. The only thing I'm missing is like prison time. You know? Yeah, I get it.
I think Cabbage Patch Doll when I think of you, Leeroy. You look like a
Oh
Cabbage
my
Patch
God.
Doll, right?
That is so true.
Yeah.
Do you
Oh.
smell like baby powder?
Flab? Is it the flab underneath? Is that what I'm?
No, I think it's the insatiably small
Oh, dude!
penis.
if I can find a Cabbage Patch Doll, that's what I'm getting you for Christmas.
I'm sure you can find them in the dumps of Puerto Rico. We had to do something with 1 million of those little things. So listen, I think roasts are hilarious. Is it appropriate for a campaign? I wish he would have went after Democrats. And I wish he would have left voters alone. That probably would have been a better choice, right? You don't want to talk about black people carving watermelons. Probably not the best thing when we're actually doing well in the black vote. Probably don't want to go after Puerto Ricans considering we're doing well in that vote. Surprised you didn't slap on Amish. Why didn't you just go after women? We've already lost that vote. You could have made some abortion jokes. But it comes down to this. If you don't like it, turn it off. But just because people are insulting, it doesn't mean that it's in an insult comic doesn't mean it's a Nazi rally. Okay? That's stupid. That is just completely dumb. So that's it.
We need a Cabbage Patch Leeroy t-shirt now. That has been requested.
Amy, well, hold on. Amy Stanko made a joke. Says, Leeroy, Matt looks like he was the first one to fall asleep at a party.
Well, there's plenty of space in your forehead to draw the penis.
That's fine. But you can do that. That's not funny. It's totally wrong time for a joke, Leroy. I'm trying to understand Amy's. Hold on a second. No, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. And dude, if all you got is my forehead, please. I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous because I have fucking hair.
Mildly.
How can you make fun of my receding hairline when you don't have hair?
That's part of the gift. I lean into it.
Talent. Folks, I love the Cabbage Patch Doll. We are going to do the Leroy Jenkins Cabbage Patch Doll t-shirt. It's official. We're going to do it. I don't care. I don't care. Like, if it upsets liberals, then it's okay with me. And I am fine that they're upset. Liv, what do you think?
Like I said, it was a roast environment, and that's what they are. It is to insult people and to make fun of people. That's the whole premise of a roast. I mean, Donald Trump had one. I mean, we used to watch these all the time.
Voting, and this is in the polling.
His roast was fantastic.
It was awesome. And then the great thing is that they had to stand up and roast everyone else. So right. I have no issues with that. If it was just he made a joke at the rally just out of the blue, I would have been like, it's a little poor taste. But what he was doing, no.
What doesn't offend liberals nowadays? I mean, seriously.
Everything. You look at them wrong and it offends them.
Right.
Just call them the Karen Party. That's their new nickname, is the Karen Party.
Well, they do like K's in their name of their parties, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Usually 3 of them. Leroy, any thoughts on this outside of what you contributed?
It's just echoing everyone else's point. I think at some point in the last 5-6 years, like, you're not allowed to do comedy anymore, right? No. You're not allowed to tell jokes that even people find even remotely edgy. You're just going to get shut down and canceled for it. And let's look at the greats, right? Roseanne Barr, Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle. They all get some level of flack over their acts. So this is no different. I don't know why, but just the liberals need to loosen the fuck up and get laid.
Dude.
I'll just say I think it was perfect comedy for the Nazi party. I think this is the kind of humor that we enjoy, and we don't give a fuck. Like, we don't care who we insult.
That's it. Us Nazis stick together, folks.
Word.
Yeah.
I know, sorry.
Can
everybody.
anyone? No, don't be
Monday.
sorry. Can anyone? It is Monday. Can anyone tell me? We talked about this election, and I've made some comparison. I've made a lot of comments over the election over the years. So when I always do that, I always set people up. Hey, can you tell me what I said about the election? And people are like, I can tell you what you haven't said. So let's do this instead. We talked about the incredible size of the voter base in 2020. Everyone remembers that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can anyone kind of tell me what I've said in regards to the voter base and the amount of people voting in 2024, what my thoughts were? Is that more specific? Can somebody kind of wrap it up?
Are you talking about the voter turnout, the 158 million votes, and 81 million of them were for Biden? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. What did I say we could kind of anticipate in 2024? Remember?
Probably. I don't remember specifically what you said. No.
About 125 to 135 million, somewhere give or take, right? So what if I told you, Leeroy, would you like to do the math?
Sure. Let me grab my old calculator. I don't have an abacus. You fire them at me slow.
Is an abacus, is that some Nazi word for math?
Yes.
Abacus. So,
So my kids use at school.
Can you take 158 million times 7%, what the overall number would be? And I've already done the maths. Yeah.
Then why am I doing it then?
It's 12.3 roughly.
All right.
So sorry. But do it anyway. 158 million times 7%. What do you come up with? What's the number?
Well, I just shut off my calculator.
158 7%.
Forget it. Amy's got it. She's a woman. She can do math.
11 million and change. Like 12 million almost.
All right. So I thought it was like 12. Okay. So 11 million votes. So what if I told you that narrative is already beginning? That they are going to explain away why 2020 is so much greater from a vote count than 2024. What if I told you that the media is already doing it? Would you be like, Matt, oh my God, like Roseanne, you're a genius. In fact, we need to dub that so we can hear Roseanne calling me a genius, because I've already watched it.
Put in her voice if you like.
I've already watched it like 75 times. It's good. Here you go. Merry Christmas. Watch this. I love it when a plan comes together.
Why might turnout end up being lower? I'll note that the early vote, when you combine it with the mail votes, actually fewer people have voted so far through this point before Election Day than 4 years ago. But it's not just that, because I want you to take a look at feelings towards voting. And this is in the polling, right? Remember, 2020 had record turnout. Feelings towards voting, certain to vote. Back in 2020 at this point, 88% of registered voters said they were certain to vote. Where are we today? It's just 81%, John. It's a 7-point drop. But that's not the only polling metric in which I'm looking at. How about extremely motivated to vote? At this point in 2020, it was 73%. You look now, it's just 65%. Again, a high single-digit drop. 8 points in this particular case. But it's not just the polling, right? Remember, in 2022, the midterm turnout fell compared to 4 years before that in 2018. And that Washington top 2 primary, right, which is often predictive of what's going to occur in the general election back in August, the turnout there fell versus 4 years ago. So when you're looking at polling, when you're looking at these different metrics, all of them look just weaker compared to 4 years ago. But to me, the polling here, which is oftentimes quite predictive, is the most important nugget, where we see fewer people saying they're certain to vote and fewer people saying they're extremely motivated to vote,
yeah,
John.
Clear trends there. Any sense of why, Harry?
Why? You know, every single year, people say this is the most important election ever, right?
Yep.
Well, they actually polled this, the most important election of my lifetime. Back in 2020, look at this, 74% of registered voters said that, yes, it was the most important election of their lifetime. This time around, it's actually less. It's 65%. Now, that's still a pretty impressive number, but it's a drop of nearly 10 points of Americans or registered voters saying it's the most important election of their lifetime, despite the fact that we have all these politicians out there saying it. Voters are actually slightly less likely to agree with them, John.
All right, so the zillion-dollar question here is, if turnout does drop, which candidate does that help or hurt more?
Which candidate does it help or hurt more? This is the million-dollar question, and the million-dollar answer is one that probably satisfies neither side.
Bullshit.
Harris versus Trump margin. Lower turnout may not benefit either side. You know, if you look at the broad universe of registered voters, you see Harris up by a point, well within the margin of error nationally. If you look at likely voters, it's still Harris by a point. Now, what's interesting here, of course, if you look historically, normally Republicans actually benefit with lower turnout. If you looked at the polling earlier this year, as the Democratic coalition becomes more and more educated, it would have said that Harris would have done better with slightly lower turnout. But in the polling right now, it does not seem to me that either side would necessarily benefit. I think the question ultimately is, though, given how tight this is, who's going to get those few extra voters off the sidelines? On that question, we're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm smiling because, you know, this is such a close election.
Bullshit. Go ahead. Somebody.
Well, it's interesting when you, even if, right, we take those numbers to heart and we say, all right, this is probably accurate. Let's say it's even half of that, 5% of 158 million, right? That much less is 8 million votes. What was the deciding factor in Pennsylvania, right? Does anybody remember what the number of votes that were the difference between Biden and Trump for the day? It was 80,000.
Well, okay, hold on. Okay, you go finish your thought, and then I'll address why it's not 80,000. But go ahead.
My point is that when you subtract out those more passionate voters, right, that brings this along with the people that Trump has been able to mobilize because they feel like the Democrat Party has been absolute shit for them for the last 4 years. That mobilizes a lot more people for the Republican Party. And I think when you subtract a lot of those numbers, that's a lot of Democrats who are just like, fuck it, I'm out. I don't want to deal with it. So I really feel like, if anything, this is going to really help with Trump's numbers. And I actually have some numbers here after everyone gets talking to kind of support that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else?
I'll just say I don't have any stats. I didn't look into this, but I have heard more chatter in the last 2 days supporting what I didn't think would happen, which is a lot of people who are not choosing to vote because they're Democrats. They don't want to vote for Kamala, and they absolutely will not vote for Trump. So they are not voting. That's right. I was shocked to learn that as an American. I did not think those people really existed, but I've heard a lot more stories. Again, I didn't look at the stats of it, but I've heard enough.
So when it comes to Joe Biden and Donald Trump, it was actually more than 80,000. If I'm not mistaken, he got like 469 and then 526. I think it was close to like 120,000, but that doesn't matter. In this case, who gives a shit? You need to look at the overall mail-in ballots and remove those from the equation. And when you do, it's closer to 35, 40,000. You're not going to have the mail ballot dumps that you had in 2020. I'm telling you, Pennsylvania is most assuredly, like, if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm talking about. Pennsylvania is going to Trump. Mm-hmm. It's going to Trump. If it doesn't, I will say this. I will look you in the face. I will say fraud. 120%, no doubt in my fucking mind. I will then say fraud because the numbers don't jive. She is so far behind 2020 numbers, even with registered voters. Let me show you this real quick. We've talked about Virginia, and Leeroy's going to show you something that's going to kind of corroborate this this graph right here. This is Virginia, and if I showed this earlier today, take a look. 2021. These are, if we take a look, Democrat, Republican, and unknown early voters by party. In 2021, it was a 60-30-10 split, okay? 60% went to Democrat, 30% went to Repub, 10% roughly went to unknown. 2022, we saw a shift. Democrats went up a little bit, so did Republicans, and the unknown dropped. However, 2023 is a massive, massive difference, 55%, 38%. Folks, that is a 13-point swing, almost 14-point swing. And the unknown's lower to 5.9. I want you to look at 2024. This is this election year. 45% early in-person votes by Republicans, 46% Republicans, 45% Democrat, 8% unknown. Democrats are winning the early voting in Virginia. Now, why is this important? Because if you look at the overall propensity of voters for Democrats, out of the people who can overall vote Democrat, 46% have showed up early voting. Republicans, only 16%.
That's huge.
Massive. Fucking massive.
It's huge.
It comes out to like 375,000 votes. The amount of registered Virginians who've registered to Republican versus the Democrats, we're also winning. In every single swing state, there are more Republicans who have registered in all 7 swing states than Democrats. There is a shift here. This is a massive shift. This election right now, the bellwether is screaming Donald Trump in every way that I can possibly see it. Yeah. Every single moniker he wins. We're going to go over the electoral map. We went over it today. We're going to go over it again, and then I'm going to let Leeroy talk. Amy, Olivia, any comments on this?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I always am fascinated to hear you guys talk about this because I feel like whatever I'm hearing is not always in alignment with what you say, but what you say is 99.9 of the time.
What are you
accurate.
hearing? Help me understand what you're hearing, because that other perspective I would love to hear.
I heard, like today, I don't know. I was in my car like 90% of the day, all day. So I was just flipping through channels. I don't even know what I was listening to. It was just like click, 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 because I have ADHD, especially when I'm driving. So I was hearing that, and I heard this on like 3 different podcast channels that Virginia is like more blue than ever. And yes, there are pockets that are becoming more red, like like in the southern part, not near us, clearly, but that it's turning more blue, which I was really shocked to hear.
I'm not saying that. Okay, I want to be clear. I'm not saying that Virginia is going to go red. In fact, I pulled back on that after the initial polls. What I'm saying is, I think it is overrepresented in Democrat areas. It's horribly overrepresented. And remember, Youngkin wasn't supposed to win.
Right.
Youngkin they were saying he was 5 points out and wasn't going to win. I believe that, well, let's look at the electoral map real quick. Can we do that? And then I want Leeroy to do this, and then I'm sure everyone else has some conversations and questions. This is something we talked about today, and we'll go through a little quicker. This is the race to 270. And let me move this real quick. And we'll do it like this. Everyone can see it. Totals 226 to 262. Now, a lot of this is confusing, okay? I'll just answer it fast. Dark blue means Democratic stronghold. Dark red means Arizona stronghold and not Arizona, but Republican stronghold, and looks really, really good, okay? But here's the thing. North Carolina is actually a burgundy color, so that is considered to be GOP. Now, here is the interesting thing when we look at this. When we look at this map and we use this, you have a situation where a couple of things are happening. They're showing Nevada is purple, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania as purple. I'm telling you right now, Pennsylvania is not purple. Right now, Pennsylvania is showing red. It's not showing arterial dark red, but it's showing red. This essentially breaks up the Democratic stronghold, the blue wall. Now, you got Michigan and you got Wisconsin. Right now, polling tells us that Michigan and Wisconsin are both going red. Minnesota is staying blue. This is what the betting odds look like. Virginia is going to stay blue, but this would go against what normally happens in elections. In fact, I want you to look: Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, all surrounding Virginia. And Virginia is the only one not going red. That doesn't happen in elections. It's very, very rare. Let's assume that Virginia stays blue. Fine, we don't care. This election's already over. He doesn't need anything else. But watch this. Let's assume the polling tells us Nevada, Arizona goes red. We'll put this like this. And now you're at 268 and 270. That is a win for Kamala Harris. But she will have to take 1, 2, 3, 4 swing states. It doesn't happen that way.
I had a question.
1 second. Usually the swing states go all for one. It goes like, if there's 7, it goes 5-2. If there's 7, it goes 6-1. It doesn't split like this. So what we're seeing that would be more realistic is that. That would look closer to the past, and that gives Trump a 312 and a 226. But let me show you something. Remember what I said about New Hampshire all so long ago?
Yeah.
This is what looks like very well may happen in New Hampshire. Is it going red? And I'm going to show you one other thing. That looks to be a possibility.
What?
Really?
Or yes,
That's
the rural areas of Oregon are 100% revolting. The Pacific Northwest, Oregon, is pushing back hard. They're seeing prices of houses, prices of apartments. They're seeing crime increase, and they are not liking what they're seeing. They're seeing manufacturing jobs leave. They're seeing corporations leave. Oregon, although I don't anticipate it going red, it is looking very, very interesting. Leeroy will let us know the poll numbers up there. But even if that happens, hold on. I'm almost done. But even if you take away Pennsylvania, okay? Just take away Pennsylvania. Watch this magic. Look what I just did. I just gave the Democrats Texas. Mm-hmm. Gave them 40 electoral votes. And with this, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada, Donald Trump still wins. 272 to 266. That is how amazing his results are right now. The path to victory for Kamala Harris is absolutely horrible. And I'll show you why. Say she picks up Pennsylvania, Trump still wins. If she picks up Michigan, Trump still wins. She picks up Wisconsin, he wins. But then he picks up New Hampshire, Trump wins. The path to victory for Trump has so many more outs than she does. She has to grab Wisconsin. She has to grab Michigan. And she has to grab Pennsylvania. If she doesn't, she loses. If she doesn't complete this whole wall and make sure that he doesn't even just get one of these states, just one is all he needs to win. She has very little path to victory. Leeroy, go ahead.
Real quick, just like Amy, I tend to watch a lot of the debating side, right? So I'll watch a lot of left-leaning channels during the day. So I was watching like David, I think it's Packman's show. He had Rachel Bitkofer on, and I also listened to Robinson Earnhardt's show, this kind of thing. So I tend to try and do that to mitigate my bias. With that being said, sometimes what you try to do when you're trying to compile data like this, like Matt, is you look for the highest quality data going into it. So when I looked up to see who had the best polling, the best quality, it was Atlas Intel, followed by the Trafalgar Group, followed by WIC. All of their error rates hovered at around 2, with Atlas Intel at a 1.94. Now, that's important because of what Matt just said. When we're trying to get accurate information out of those states, out of the Rust Belt states, specifically, we're looking at the states that comprise something called WIMPA, right? Which is Wisconsin, Minnesota, PA, right? And it's important because these states have voted together in every election since 1988. So what Matt was talking about in his show earlier today is when those states align, for fuck's sake, I just noticed you did that. That's funny.
It's been up there for like 2 minutes.
Well, I'm reading data.
Go ahead.
So when you start doing that, I went through and I analyzed all of Atlas Intel's data, right? And I averaged everything out. So I could go through Arizona, Georgia, Michigan. You could do that individually, but what I did was I averaged it all out. This was the results. So Trump came out at a 49.35% chance favorability rating right now. Harris is at a 47.71. The difference is about a 1.64. And we just said that Atlas Intel's, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Is that Colonel Honeycutt? Or
that's Jeff's. That's Colonel Honeycutt's brother.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I'm like, I know the last name.
Awesome.
I just wasn't sure.
Go ahead.
So the difference there is about a 1.64, and we just got done saying that Atlas Intel's margin of error is at about a 1.94. And here's the thing. He was pulling ahead in 6 of the 7 states that I looked at. You can't be wrong in all 6. You can't. Not with those margins. That was my point, is that between Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, even if they were wrong in just one of them, it wouldn't matter. It would still be a clean sweep for Trump.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry. I just want to get these little things out. Folks, the Senate, it looks like it's very much going to be GOP. The Senate looks very good. The House looks like we maintain control of the House. If you're going to get the House and you're going to get the Senate, honestly, the presidency really doesn't matter. I'm just letting you know. It's all. I don't want Kamala Harris either, but you got the purse strings and you got the veto power of vetoing the veto. Okay, so Senate, but the early indication is that America wants a change candidate, and change candidate means mandate. They gave mandate to Obama in 2008. They gave a mandate to Donald Trump in 2016. They gave him the House, the Senate, and they gave him the presidency. This very much looks like a change election. The Senate, it's a very tough map for the Democrats, folks. I haven't broken it down for you. I'm going to do it on election night. I can't do it all right now because we'll be bored. So I'm trying to give you just enough to stay healthy and fat on the information. But we'll break it down. I'm going to break down the Senate races. We'll break down the House races. But it is a very bad map right now for the Democrats for Senate. And it looks very promising that we will flip the Senate. That's what I'm thinking as of right now.
I have a couple of questions.
Go ahead.
One was on the electoral map. Maine and Nebraska have got the stripes. Didn't you say, I thought it was Nebraska was making it to where you can't do that? They weren't. It was all going to be one?
Yep. So a great question. A senator from Nebraska was actually going to eliminate one of the district votes and combine them, which would then turn the whole state red for 5 electoral votes. He waited since it was so close to the election. He got a lot of pushback. So he simply said, we're going to wait until after this election. But yes, next election, the electoral map most assuredly will be Nebraska will move to a 5-point model.
Got it. Okay. I do have one other question.
That's because Maine and Nebraska can split their electoral votes, right?
Correct. Yeah, the only 2 states who can. So the way it works is that you have 2 for your overall representation of Senate and 2 for district. You have 2 for overall Senate, Nebraska, and 3 for district. So they separate their state legislature and their Senate votes and give electorals to each.
All right. So one more question.
Yeah.
This is from Kevin. Did all the people that were registered in 2020 stay registered even though they were auto-registered due to COVID?
They were never auto-registered. They received mail-in ballots as non-registered voters.
Got it.
So, but because they voted, they would have to, yes, they will be registered in the system for this election because they did cast a ballot in 2020, which actively registers them, but they weren't registered in 2020, if that makes any sense. Because they cast a ballot, they were registered, but they were not registered at the time of casting a ballot. Judges. Who fucking knew, right? That's why it's an unconstitutional election. They solicited ballots. I've said it a million times. The proof is right there. If you want to know what happened, it's right there. Okay? Now, people are saying Oregon won't flip. I didn't say that. I'm telling you, Oregon is on a shift. And I believe in the next 2 elections, Oregon will be red, which is the fall of the Pacific Northwest. As Oregon goes Northern California and ultimately Seattle, Washington. Just because they're a bunch of commie pukes now doesn't mean they will continue to be commie pukes, because people will get tired of it. They will repudiate progressive policies and vote them out of office, and then so will go the riffraff. It's the way it happens.
Actually, I bet it's more economic in nature, and hear me out. If California registers just by themselves as like the 7th biggest GDP in the world, right? They can afford some level of socialist policy before things really start going awry, because everyone is raking in the money. They may be getting a lot more bifurcation in their society with homeless people and more millionaires, but there's more money to be spread around there. When you're talking about Oregon, who is going through several of the same policies,
Amazon fall favorites.
Hold on. Okay, go. Sorry.
They don't necessarily have the same cushion level. They don't have the same level of error that California can go through when they're dealing with socialist policies. So it hits them exponentially harder. So all of these left-leaning policies are really, if anything, they're tearing Oregon apart. So to Matt's point, I don't see them necessarily turning red overnight, but it will be a slow shift because those policies are wrecking that state.
And
go ahead.
just really quick to add to that, because I forget which company was just fined several billion by the EU because of their crap policies they just put in place. But they went to Trump. I forget. It's a big company that works with Trump, and they went to Trump to say, "Hey, can you help with this?" And he's like, "I can't do anything because I'm not the president, but hopefully I can help you," because this is exactly what I think we mentioned this a few weeks ago on the show. What the EU is doing, they're fining every company who doesn't have DEI practices in place, and then the companies that supply to their companies also have to abide by these DEI laws, and if not, they're fined thousands upon thousands of dollars multiplied, so that equals billions of dollars for a lot of these. It might have been Apple. I don't know who it was, but someone was just fine. It was like billions of dollars. They're like, it's going to bankrupt us, and it's like, this is going to happen. These California-based companies, they're going to go, wow, we can't afford these hits, and we have to sell in the EU to make money. So Trump is the way out for this. He can fight that. Kamala won't care.
Well, it's just like the Washington Post. I mean, take a look at the people who've endorsed. I mean, it's insane. Los Angeles Times did not endorse. Yeah. Washington Post, the Teamsters Union did not endorse. She's fucking getting creamed. Carrie Lake, listen, Carrie Lake's getting manhandled in Arizona. Carrie Lake's a nutjob.
She ran again?
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude to anybody in Arizona. I don't like Carrie Lake. If it's taken you this long to admit you lost, there's a problem. And I'm sorry, honor and credibility are important to me. I don't know Carrie Lake. As a woman, I think she's a strong and powerful, opinionated, strong woman. And I respect her immensely. If she was here, I'd tell her so. But I also think that there's something about honor and integrity. And if you've gone this long without saying, you know what, I lost, even Donald Trump, I think it's weak. She's getting manhandled. Gallego's like 7.1% ahead of her in the polls. And it's not even close. I'll show you a quick screenshot since you guys asked. If you look at her, she closed some areas in February of last year. And a lot of that was just because kind of the drops hit Gallego. And you can see in this area where there's this huge gap. And then the polling kind of narrowed just for a little bit where she climbed. And now it's just separating. I mean, it basically looks like Kamala Harris's legs during her career. They're just separating.
She really tried to capitalize on something that she had published on her website, and it was called the Mama Bear Initiative. And she listed basically just all of Republican values, right? So she talked about, pro guns and, pro life, this kind of thing. And as she was going down the list, it's like there's nothing in there that's going to separate you from the Republican Party at this point. And I understand that it could be a winning message, but where she lives is the problem. It's good messaging, but it's not getting a lot of traction where she lives.
No, and like I said, I think people are tired. Let's just face it. Hardcore MAGA, January 6th, and election deniers, they failed miserably under Trump, and they're still failing today. People don't want those people in office. The Trafalgar Group has her at the best poll at a +4 for Gallego, +8 in Marist College poll, which is a good poll. High Ground is +9. That's an outlier. Insider Advantage is +4. That's a shit poll. Redfield and Wilton +7. That's a good poll. Atlas Intel's actually pretty good. That's +4. YouGov is +9. And Redfield Wilton, once again, which is a secondary poll, is +5. She does not look good in Arizona. Does that mean anything? I don't know. Until I see Maricopa County come in, I won't be able to give it to you, because if Maricopa County is pushing towards Trump, or at least shows better than an 11% differential like it did in 2020, she has a good chance. But I don't think people are going to vote for Carrie Lake. They have repudiated MAGA ultra-right politics. 17 out of 17 that ran in 2020, 9 out of 9 in 2022, none of them have been elected. People like Majewski in Ohio, Carrie Lake, Herschel Walker, Dr. Mohammed Oz, any of these deniers are being repudiated by America. Nobody wants them, just like they don't want ultra-left. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not disrespecting Carrie Lake. I just told you straight in 2020 she was going to lose, and I was right. And right now it doesn't look like she's going to win. But that doesn't mean it can't change. But I don't think she's the candidate people really are bonding with. Go ahead.
I think she needs to capitalize more on the border state kind of. If she can move that messaging that way, it might help.
And she has that crazy factor, and I mean that in like a positive way. Like she's like just enough great. Like she's really pretty. She's well spoken. She's articulate. She knows politics. She's not stupid at all, but she has that like craziness to her. So I think if she could like morph that all together in a better package, she would do much better. Like she's the flat earth people. And I love y'all. I do love y'all. You're on my page all the time.
I don't. I think you're stupid. I think you're all fucking retarded.
I love them. I think they're great.
Yeah, and I don't use. And I'm sorry for using the word retarded. Let me fix that. I think you're fucking stupid. If you're a flat earther, you're a moron. You're okay. Yeah, you're just stupid. You just don't. You have an education level that doesn't surpass a 4-year-old. Here's the thing in Arizona. So, okay, why, Matt? Give me the why. Your gut. Who cares about your gut? Fine, I'll just give you the why. Because in the primary, Gallego had 98,000 more votes than Kari Lake. That's why. 100,000 votes in Arizona is an extremely large deficit to make up, and that's in a primary, which it shows they're excited to vote for Gallego, but they're not excited to vote for Kari Lake. She did not outperform her 2020 bid numbers. The previous Senate challenges in Arizona didn't. And Arizona, they are very district biased based upon where they're located geographically. When you get more towards Scottsdale and up north, it's richer, it's more money. In Anthem, you start looking down south, closer to the southern parts of Arizona that are Yuma, et cetera, those tend to go more Republican. Not all of them, but I'm talking not Yuma, but I'm talking about in between Phoenix and below Scottsdale, you start to see, once you get past the city, more of the rural areas come in red. That's where District 1 is, with the Eli Crane, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think Kari Lake is the best choice. And can I be honest with you? I think she manufactured that whole thing where the phone call, I think it was 100% manufactured. And I think
it just seemed weird, off.
It was shit. And it's just, anybody that has to lie, no, I'm not good. And I would love, if she doesn't like what I just said, she can come on the show and challenge me. It just didn't feel like she was being genuine. And that entire phone call seemed completely contrived and inauthentic. That's it. Okay. Dodie says, I think Kari Lake would be great. Okay. That's, good. Cool. I didn't say she wouldn't be great. I just said she's not winning, and she's probably not going to win. So,
what is that?
What are you talking about?
There's something to be said about having an authenticity problem. If the public doesn't trust you, it's a whole lot harder of a sale.
Yeah.
It's just. I think okay. I think America doesn't want MAGA. They want a candidate who has MAGA principles, but isn't like, I am Donald Trump loyalist through and through. And no matter what happens, no matter what's said, I will always be loyal to Donald Trump. I don't think that's what Americans want. I think they want people who are loyal to them, loyal to the constituents. Mm-hmm. And that's why Eli is so successful. Eli's Trump through and through. He's 100% Trump. But he will not sell out his district or his constituents for Donald Trump.
That's how it should be, period.
Right. Being a part of the Freedom Caucus, he has gone against some things with Donald Trump. Mike McCarthy, he said with Kevin McCarthy to go ahead and support Kevin McCarthy. Donald Trump said, well, the Freedom Caucus and Eli Crane voted against him. In fact, Eli Crane was the last vote that didn't say nay that allowed Kevin McCarthy to get it. But he fought him for those 13 cycles where they didn't have a vote, or they had a vote and they couldn't elect him. Eli Crane will do what's best for Arizona as in constituents, and that's why he wins. Kari Lake will always do what's best for MAGA and Donald Trump, and that is not necessarily sexy to constituents on the state and Senate level. Running for president or running for secretary, being the Secretary of State or being defense secretary, okay, fine. But when your state needs to be your priority, not the federal government, I think is where people are coming from.
It's interesting you say that. If kind of the definition of MAGA is the fact that someone goes and sides with Trump 100% of the time, regardless of the consequences, it would be interesting to see a breakdown of the Republicans who have voted against some of his policies and to what degree, and like compile all of that. So you could see the people who were still Republican, but maybe not part of MAGA. You know what I mean?
Go figure this. This is the weirdest thing. And that's a great point, Leeroy. Let's take Liz Cheney. She voted 93%. She was ranked number 13 out of Senate and state legislatures who voted most consistently with Donald Trump. She is the least rhino person you've ever met. Thomas Massie, who's idolized by the right and say that he is the greatest freedom person in the world, only voted with Donald Trump in the first 3 years of his term, 53% of the time with Donald Trump. Now, in his last term, because it's an election year, he's voted with him like 79 to 80% of the time. It's interesting what we call a rhino. Nikki Haley never started a war in her life, is called a neocon, which makes no fucking sense. She has never started a war. She's a governor and she's a UN ambassador. She has more chance of starting a war than Olivia and I do playing a battleship. So it's amazing what people say a rhino is. So a rhino is now anyone who disagrees with Donald Trump is a rhino, including me. I've been called a rhino many times. Leeroy's been called a rhino. Olivia doesn't get called a rhino because she's just, a fucking smoking zebra and a gazelle. But it's just the way it is. It's just not saying that Amy is a rhino. I didn't mean it like that, but I can't
pretty
say
much
that about.
feel like one lately, so it's all good.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm more like Wu-Tang.
You know you're not supposed to comment on a woman's weight, right?
I didn't say that. What the fuck? I didn't say anything about her weight. I said
just right to the circumference. I got it.
Oh, sorry. That was funny.
So
at least in my analogy, I could say I had a giant horn between my legs.
That's okay. So I'm not saying that Carrie Lake isn't a good person. I've never said that. I didn't say she's not a nice lady. I never said that. I said that it doesn't look like she's going to win. And I think a lot of her personal politics ultimately is the reason why. Okay, that's it. If I was there, I would never vote for anyone but her. But that doesn't matter. I'm not in Arizona.
Right.
Okay. Great. You were going to give us some numbers. Did you have anything else there, Leeroy? Are you good?
No, I gave you everything I had.
All right. Let's get to it. Folks, if you have not had a chance, please do me a favor. We have a great donation rally going on here. If you could help the neo-Nazi party in our rally, we would appreciate it. The Don't Unfriend Me Nazi Party would appreciate it if you could help us at wimkin.com/thedumshow. Because if you support Donald Trump, obviously, we should just embrace it, right? I just think we should all embrace it and call ourselves the Nazis and spell it N-A-T-Z-I.
Like Yahtzee.
Yeah, Yahtzee, right? Yahtzee, but Nazi, and spell it that way. And just, if you're going to call us it, we might as well get the fringe benefits of it. German beer for free.
If we donated all of our proceeds for one night to the struggle of Israel, wouldn't that be great?
You know what? It's not like we haven't. I wish people could actually see where we've donated money, where I've donated money. And as fervently as we protect Jews on this show, because they have a right to their sanctity of their own state. They have a right to be a sovereign nation. They have a right to defend themselves. You know what? Anyone who questions us, it's as dumb as you questioning Trump. I can show you, there's a collage made of Donald Trump wearing a yarmulke or kissing the Wailing Wall, or all the things that he's done, and they're just like the worst Nazi ever. So it's kind of stupid. Do you guys remember Harry Carey?
Yes.
Harry.
Yeah, I've got his.
What if the moon was made of cheese?
What's the moon made of cheese? I've got Harry Carey's female version here. This is this is really interesting. Enjoy this. This is for Amy and Olivia.
We're already.
Wait a second. Mel says, "Hey, what is the Paul Rivera spelled Nazi?" Folks, give us some funny spellings of Nazi, please. Paul says N-O-T-Z-I. It's so good. Give us some creative spellings, please. Election night hours. It's going to be 5 to question mark and 5 p.m. to question mark. So Eastern Standard Time. I will probably be on till 2 or 3 in the morning. I know Olivia's committed. I know Ethan's committed. Ethan's going to be here. I don't know. Listen, I know that Ryan Samuels will be here. I don't know about Amy and Leeroy. It's not required. They can pop in, come in for an hour, leave, whatever you want to do.
I said I would come on. I even said I can come to your house if you want, if it's like easier to do that, but I can totally do it from here as well. I can tell you right now, I get up usually between 4 and 5 a.m., so I will not be on until 2.
No. Yeah.
But
I won't be until 2, but yes.
Well, and in all honesty, it's probably going to be litigated anyway, right? You're not going to get in. We're probably not going to get the first night.
I don't know, because if Pennsylvania falls and he takes Michigan and Wisconsin, this race is over. If it comes in and he on the East Coast, like let's say he pops in New Hampshire, you have a very strong bellwether that this race is over, right? If he cuts into the Northeast, you're going to get a clear indicator. Georgia is going to come in. You're going to see the trend, but you're going to see Virginia very quickly. You're going to see Kentucky quickly, North Carolina quickly, and South Carolina quickly. Those will probably drop around 9 o'clock. You'll get Michigan and Wisconsin around 10. And if Michigan and Wisconsin go the way I anticipate them going, and Pennsylvania is in my opinion, it's going to be a clear indicator for Trump. Yeah. And if that takes place, this race is over. She does not have a path.
Let's put some money on it. Let's have some fun.
Why would I put money on something that is?
I don't know. I've got.
You've got nothing.
Trump dollars that I'll.
What you think it's going to go to? Wait a second. Going to litigation doesn't mean that they don't have a winner. That's not the way this works.
No. What litigation would do is just delay it to the next day or.
But litigation doesn't delay it. Litigation doesn't delay it. It doesn't stop them from calling the state. If the numbers are clear indicators, so you think it's going to be so close that they're not going to be able to call the swing states?
I think for the first day or so, yeah.
Which ones?
Pennsylvania will absolutely. You'll get a fight in over. Possibly
litigation doesn't. Wait. Litigation doesn't stop. Stop. We're not talking the same language. You're saying the word litigation, which means somebody is challenging the election results. That doesn't stop them from calling the state. What stops them from calling the states is that the polls aren't in and they haven't counted, or they're needing more time to count. A challenge doesn't stop them from calling it. Now, if it's close, it could, right? Lawyers are there. They're not going to announce a winner, but the states should have a very clear indicator of who is winning, minus Arizona, because we know Maricopa County is going to drag their feet. Mm-hmm. We know Pennsylvania is going to drag feet. But we have to assume if the lead is going to be as big as we're thinking, Leeroy, and it's going to be in the hundreds of thousands of votes that are going to go for Donald Trump over Kamala Harris in Pennsylvania, because the indicators are showing a very large differential. Because let's just take, for instance, 2020. In 2020, they had 765,000 early votes in Pennsylvania. Republicans had 163,000. That was like a 600,000 swing. This year, 560,000 is the early vote count in Pennsylvania, and Republicans are like 265. Their 600,000 differential is down to like 200,000. That is not good, especially in a state that only went by 120,000 votes for a split. Plus, you have the overall registration of new voters that are going and I mean, Pennsylvania looks very good. So what are you saying? You're saying it's going to be delayed 2 days, one day? What do you think?
Well, I didn't realize that the numbers were in fact that close. I'm kind of going by prior elections and how close everything got, and the fact that sometimes things just don't get called for until the next day. You know, I want to say that's what happened last time.
2020 didn't get called for almost a week.
But to your point, if that disparity is that big and they're going to call it that night, then yeah, you'd be right.
Well, 2016 was called at 2 a.m. with Hillary Clinton, West Coast time at like 3 a.m. So Hillary Clinton came out and conceded on 16. Most elections are decided within, a 12-hour period of that time. Folks, I know somebody's on the line. We'll be right with you. And I understand that there are people that are saying that it's going to take longer to count, like Maricopa and certain counties in Pennsylvania. But if the rest of those swing states fall, if he takes Michigan, if he takes Wisconsin, there's a lot of ifs here. If Arizona and Georgia, Pennsylvania won't matter. Her path to victory is very specific. She only has 1 or 2 outs. Donald Trump has double-digit outs on his map. So I think if anyone would, that's why the bets are so bad, Leeroy. That's why those bets, because her pathways to victory are very small. So will I bet you? No, I won't bet you, but we'll find out together.
Yeah, I was, and I'm just having fun. I mean, I'm not being legit.
I don't understand fun. We don't like fun here. No, don't ever try again. Okay.
We're the Nazi party.
Says
we
the guy
who
here. Tasted a Cabbage Patch doll over my gorgeous mug. Sure.
I'm telling you, that's the Cabbage Patch doll I thought of. Like and it's not an insult. It's like in the best way possible. It's all from love. I promise.
No, it's an insult. Caller, what did you want to talk about? Thanks for holding on with us and letting us explain. Caller, what did you want to talk about?
Hey, Matthew, it's Frank.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
I have a Harry Carey story for you.
Okay, we're talking about voting.
I understand, but you brought up Harry Carey, so I felt obligated to call in.
Give it to us. Give it to us.
So I remember when I was young and living in the St. Louis area, Harry Carey was the man. He was the caller for the St. Louis Cardinals, okay? Until he got caught boinking Augie Bush's wife and got kicked out of St. Louis, went to Chicago. Fast forward, my brother-in-law and I, my dead brother-in-law, whom I love sincerely, flew up to Chicago one weekend because he had to go collect a check for $46,000 from a company that he was doing business with. And he said, hey, would you like to fly up with me? I said, absolutely. And it happened to be my birthday weekend. So we went up and saw the Cardinals playing the Cubs, which is a huge rivalry. Cardinals won. We got hauled off to Harry Carey's bar. So we're in the bar sitting there. I'm having a few drinks with my brother-in-law. And I excuse myself to go to the restroom. Who do I run into? Harry Carey. Whoa!
No way.
Dude, it's Harry. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I said, Harry, we miss you in St. Louis. He said, yeah, well, things happen. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Hey, is your penis made of cheese?
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it was like one of the best experiences in my life. Went back into the bar. My brother-in-law is sitting there with these two Greek guys who were land developers, and he's talking to the two Greek guys, and he's like, oh, this is my brother-in-law. It's his birthday. They're both going, they look at me and they go, birthday, Uzo. That's the last thing I remember.
Well, thank you for sharing your Harry Carey story. We appreciate it much, Frank. Thanks for sharing. And when he passed away, it was a big shock. That guy was iconic with baseball, and it's like when Vin Scully passed away.
It was a big thing. Yeah. I cried when that man died. I mean, he meant so much to me because I'd gone through so much with him. And when I heard that was like, what, late 90s, I believe it was, if I remember right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It tore me up. I remember seeing Chicago just totally go into mourning for that.
Yeah, it was very similar to Vin Scully in Los Angeles with the Dodgers. Frankie, we always love it when you call in, man. I'm going to bounce early tonight because we're trying to get caught up for being so late. Thanks, brother.
All right, man. Love you guys. Take care.
All right, buddy. See ya. Fantastic. It's good. I know someone else did call in, but we're going to move on. We got to get these videos in. I want to show you two. First of all, hating men. And then the next one is women. You don't have to tell your husband what you do in the booth. Oh my God.
I saw that.
Dude, Lincoln Project, man. Listen, if we could recreate a plane crash of some sort and make sure that all the members of the Lincoln Project have a free trip to the Bahamas, someone can make this happen. I would appreciate it. If we can control the weather, we can control the Lincoln Project's plane going down. Just saying. Here she is.
I consistently vote Democratic because I served with men like you. I know how you think. You have an 8th grade education.
Oh, easy, lady.
Right.
I have an 8-inch penis. I don't know about 8th grade education.
It says 12
It is 12. Sorry, you're right. I'm sorry, honey.
on your diploma, but you can only write and read to the 8th grade. How do I know this? That's the requirement for the United States military. 8th grade reading comprehension. That's it. That's all you need.
That's a lie. That's all you need to get in and carry a rifle and get shot. Lady, anytime you want to wax intellect, I'm sorry, I'm really having a problem. It looks like Mothra from the 1960s Godzilla movies landed on your fucking face. I mean, what in the hell?
She looks like a praying mantis.
She looks like, from the Batman 1970s with Adam West, and she looks like Catwoman when she was wearing those goggles. These are,
Well, the glass
can't
is
get past-
distracting as the glasses are. If you're looking at her outfit, I think she's actually trying to become like a butterfly, maybe? I don't know.
No, so Leeroy, I had that same thought. I think she's wearing the parachute from preschool.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. I mean, if you're going to do a facial, those glasses are the ones to have. Nothing's getting through those suckers. I mean, seriously, all you got to do worry is about the nose.
Windshield wipers.
Yeah. That would require her to sleep with a guy, and that's not going to happen.
That's all you need. 8th grade reading comprehension. I enlisted with 2 years of college under my belt. Ugh. Oh my God. Can you imagine how difficult it was out there on the flight line with a bunch of people who could only speak in 1-syllable words? Oh, wait, you don't know syllable, do you? Well, it is what it is.
Holy fuck, this is cringe.
Well, it's just.
Then again, I was Air
I know,
Force.
right.
You were what?
Let's just everyone embrace. And the reason why she said this is that somebody posted lots of laughs. How much did the DNC pay you for your nonsense? You never said why you're voting for Calamity. All your points support President Trump's policies, not the left's. Trump by a landslide. And this is her reply.
Army? I'm going to say Army because I don't think you're a Marine. Marines typically don't do this unless they are members of Marines United. So there's always that. No, what is that? Poodles? Yeah. I vote Democratic specifically because of the men I served with in the military. I can give you their names. You can hold.
Okay, your daughter, can she hear this?
No, she can't hear it. But
Okay,
I told her, I said,
great.
just give your opinion on her appearance. And she goes, I can't. And then she goes, I can't just say she looks weird. Is that what she said?
That's very, very good. Very, very good.
what'd
I
you
will
say
tell
then?
you.
I don't want to say it, but she looks.
She looks weird.
Yeah.
She does look weird. I just want to know how many guys ran a train on her in the BAQ. I'm just wondering because she's very bitter. I mean, literally, she's
definitely, she definitely looks like the type of lady that's going to break into your apartment and start yelling, I will not be ignored.
Daniel. I guarantee she's a Navajo. I'm 100% she's Navy. I guarantee she's a Navajo. I promise you, she has been turned more times than a doorknob.
Amy Stamcombe wonders if she had to take a break from painting her rocks and trees to make this video.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so
great comment, Amy.
true.
Them accountable for why I and so many other women veterans vote specifically to vote you out, to cancel you.
Maybe they only said one-word syllables to you is because they didn't want to talk to you, so they just said short and sweet and get the F out of there.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, she's a Navajo. I'm just letting you know. Because
she knows that the VA has free dental.
They don't do veneers though.
She needs something. Let's listen to the rest.
We could start a trend, couldn't we? How many women veterans vote Democrat specifically to vote against the men from their assigned unit?
What the? What are you talking about?
I don't
You
even
sleep
know what
on
she
that
said.
tonight. And then remember that most women will follow a woman veteran.
She's fucking section
over a
13.
man.
She's section 13. I guarantee it. She rolled in boot camp. They put her in basic Bay 13. And when you're in the Navy at RTC Great Lakes, when you're marching, there is a specific birthing unit that when you go by, it is all silence. You cannot talk. You cannot go ahead and do a cadence. You cannot do trick step. You can't call out starboard watch. You can't do anything. You have to be completely silent when you march by, because in there essentially are people who are being sectioned out of the military because they're crazy or they've tried suicide or there's serious problems. Leeroy, am I lying or am I dying?
Oh no, you're spot on. That's the kind of chick that would, you'd find in the corner of the barracks, just rocking, wrapped in her rainbow-colored towel.
That's right. That's right. Who eats the kiwi shoe polish out of the can? This chick is knuckin' futz. I guarantee she never made fleet. She probably got pregnant in boot camp. That's how stupid this chick is. I guarantee it.
I don't know.
And then remember,
It happens. Oh man, our squad leader nailed the next door, our sister unit, which is an all female, and they went into the hallway and did it on watch. So it's possible. Trust me when I say this.
I just feel like who would actually sleep with her? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know who would.
You know, trust me. After trust me. After 3 weeks.
She's like,
3
"What are you
weeks,
talking about?"
3 weeks in the military in boot or 2 months, you get something called deployment goggles, and when you get deployment goggles, everything looks good.
This is an adult show.
So I need to go to port. You'll have people going, can we please hit port? I'm literally Seaman Rodriguez looks halfway decent. We need to get and hit a port. Can we hit Bali? Can we hit Subic Bay? Can we hit Vietnam?
outnumber men in this country by 2 to 1. And that's conservative. That's a conservative number.
All right. Sorry, everybody. We're kind of kicking off the phone here. And the reason why is we don't have a lot of time. Here is the Lincoln Project's video. Ladies, this is all you. Because Leeroy and I are going to shut up and let you do this. Enjoy your Lincoln Project video.
You still voting for him? Hell yeah. What about your wife?
She doesn't like him, but she's voting for him.
Same with mine.
Oh, her vote doesn't count. She colored outside the circle. I forgot, honey. Who am I voting for this election?
People wonder why spousal abuse should be illegal. That's all I'm saying.
I don't remember. Who am I voting for this?
You pull that shit when we go there. I'll tell you what. You get 2 black eyes. Ladies, your thoughts on this? That you can't make a decision without your husband?
They're just following what Hillary said back in 2016. You know, we can't vote. If we vote for Trump, it's because our husbands told us to. So,
Amy.
I'm going to go deeper on this one. I feel like there's a lot of hidden messages in this, and this is what's wrong with America, keeping secrets from our spouses. If you can't have an open dialogue with your spouse, then there's a serious problem in your relationship, and you don't have to agree. And you should not, like, this is just promoting more ripping families apart, in my opinion.
Yeah. If you're going to screw the milkman, that's something you don't tell your husband.
Yeah,
who you vote for. I mean, ladies, no offense, they're calling you cowards.
Yeah.
They're saying you don't have the spine to. Yes, caller.
Well, that's the thing. You should be able to talk to your spouse. You should. I can't. I mean, Jason and I disagree on pretty much everything in life, and we're still together. We have conversations all the time. We disagree constantly.
Well,
but
you
we
need
just
to
talk.
learn. You need to learn your place.
I know. I make dinner every night, though. Like every night.
Well, you better go cook more.
You know what I'm hearing out of that though? That you have to vote for KAMALA because she has the same plumbing as you. That's what I got out of that.
Great. It sounds very sexist. Yes.
We have a caller who's very, 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 very motivated to talk to us because this is like the 7th time. Yes, caller. Is it Mel?
Is it Mel?
Of course it is.
Okay, Mel. I had a feeling. What do you want? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, Mel. What's up?
Okay. Your last video, I went PTS and lost my shit because that woman needs to go to, us females in the military have dealt with these females who are all out there going, oh, look at me, whatever. We're tired of them. This is bullshit. And she is full of, I'm so angry at this.
I know.
Yeah. I've dealt with them in all levels of my career to get rid of these people.
Yep.
And they're still out there.
She rolled in boot camp. I'm telling you, there's no way they kept her around.
Well, I'm really hoping they didn't, but and I'm sure your military is the same as ours. Yeah, they do. They kind of shove them under the rug and move them around, but they become they pop up. They're like fucking gophers. Really fire these people. But because of all these humanitarian, blah, whatever, and now this, whatever.
Anyways, Mel, the one thing you said I wanted to disagree with is you said Canadians, military, and the United States are the same. We're actually useful. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. Is she coming at me?
We'll agree to disagree on that.
I'm teasing. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Mel, did you have maple syrup literally at every breakfast and lunch and dinner up in Canada? Is that how that?
When you guys did Seafood Sunday, did you put maple syrup on the crab?
No.
When you had ice cream socials, did you guys have maple flavored ice cream?
Oh, 100%.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Played cops and robbers. Did you substitute hockey sticks for the rifle?
That's right.
No. We still can beat people. Well, we can still do it with hockey sticks, but we still have some rifles here that are still kind of allowed in this fucking country. Pardon my French.
When you guys decided to go ahead, and not fulfill your drug test requirements, did you guys smoke maple leaves?
No.
No? Okay. All right.
No.
Well, we love you,
no.
and we're going to hang up on you because we have to keep the show going. We love you, and you're the best. And Mel, every time you call in, you make our day a little bit better. Oh, wait, go ahead.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes,
ma'am. It was on a topic earlier before.
Sure.
What is happening with all these ballots that are now with these states that are saying after 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever days with no postmarks are going to get counted? And that was my original phone call.
Yep.
That was my original point. But anyways, I love you guys, and thanks for letting me call.
We'll answer
love
it.
You.
Yes, love you too, kiddo.
Thanks, Mel.
Leeroy, do you want to answer that, or do you want me to take it, or Amy?
No, you get that one.
Go ahead and
I just want to interrupt. My daughter would like to say hello to Hayden if she's around.
Okay, let me grab her.
Sorry.
Was she licking the microphone?
I'll do it.
No, she's licking her hand, and it's just she's here. You're making. She's very animated.
You're being summoned.
Yeah.
You're being summoned.
You're being summoned, Hayden.
She's gonna
Hayden, get over
She
here.
loves being acting. She wants to do
Fiona.
all the stage stuff, and she sings and all this stuff. So she's gonna. Oh, here, I'll put this in for you.
God.
Just grab it.
Son of a bitch.
Jeez.
Oh.
Okay, there you go. Now you can hear Hayden. Well, you put it in. I can't read
There you
it.
go.
You put it in. Here's the mic.
Okay, hi. Now I can hear you.
Hi, Hayden.
Hi, Fiona.
Can we have a play date soon?
Of course.
Matt, can we have a play date soon?
Do you want to go to Tammy's?
Leroy's asking if you want to have a play date soon. Leeroy.
Him and I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answer's yes.
Yeah. Haiti, I guess Fiona wants to be like you, wants to be actress, singer, all that fun stuff. So you need to, she's your protege.
Oh, that's so cool, Fiona.
Okay. All right. We got to
wanna say
finish
hi?
the show now, you two. We'll see you guys later.
Bye, Fiona.
You gotta pop in and say hi.
Bye, Hayden. Bye, Fiona.
Bye, Hayden. Bye,
Bye,
Fiona.
Leroy. Bye, everyone.
All right, go make your lunch.
Hayden,
Yeah.
you're pretty.
Thank you.
Get out of my face.
Amy, do the
All right,
kids
fine.
have the rest of the week
Get these
off
kids
too?
outta
at
here.
School.
Just get them out.
Get him out.
Oh,
Get him out. Get him out of here. No kids.
Past your bedtime.
You know
I'll
what?
be up in a minute.
If you
No,
don't
why are your
know,
kids off?
They
Our
have a
kids are
full
not.
week off for winter break or for fall break.
dude, they let him off for everything now. I think, like, you know. By the way, okay, racist jokes, folks. This is a Nazi show. You know what? Martin Luther King, they have one day off a year. I'm not going to say that joke. I can't say it. That's really bad.
Say it. Come on, I want to hear it.
Get off the Catholic holidays only.
Did you hear what there was a senator who's, okay, so this is news. There was, I believe, a senator who said this from Mississippi or somewhere else when they said, oh, we're going to go ahead and give one day off for Martin Luther King. He's like, well, let's go ahead and kill 4 more of them. We can get the whole week off. Whoa.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's bad.
Oh,
Like, that's
it's
bad.
God.
Like, that's not funny at all. That's a joke they would have told last night at the Madison Square Garden. Folks, we got another commercial. There's an epidemic coming through here, and you need to see it, because if you thought that the Lincoln Project commercial was bad, here's more cringe. Women, you're too stupid to make a decision for yourself. I'm sorry.
Obviously.
Your turn, honey.
In the one place in America where women still have a right to choose, you can vote any way you want.
For now. For now, bitches.
Yeah.
And no one will ever know.
Did you make the right choice?
Sure did, honey.
Remember, what happens in the booth stays in the booth. Vote Harris Walls.
Fucking cringe.
These commercials are so fucking sexist.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Dude, they make men
Seriously?
like
This
I would have
is horrible.
I would have smacked the bitch before we left, and she would have known damn well not to do that.
Oh my God. This is worse than when Hillary was in. My God, this is horrible.
Dude,
Jeez.
this is what they think of you.
You know what was missing out of those commercials? Every single woman
black
needs to have
eye.
a pop. No, they need black eye and a pot pie. They need pot pie in their fucking hand.
Can I make a comment? And no, I'm not even gonna ask. It's my show, so it's our show. It's our show, but it's my. Okay, fuck it. That was horrible. I should have said it. I apologize. No, I apologize. That was stupid to say.
We're marking on the stuff we're gonna hold against you.
Okay, don't fucking start with me. You know what?
Write
Have
this
fun
down.
doing it
Let's
yourself.
make a date.
God damn it. Stop it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it. Okay. So can I just, the 2 videos? Did you see one black or brown person in any of those videos?
Oh, they're not totally inclusive.
No.
Oh.
We had to fill in that space.
So we only want white women?
Jokes.
Well,
These jokes are so dark they might get shot by police.
we're the only ones afraid of our husbands.
I'm surprised they didn't have a GPS. Ma'am, where are you going? I'm going to go vote. You're going to go vote? Oh, really? For Kamala Harris, who you just liked on your Facebook page? Give me a break.
Yeah.
I mean, folks, this is what they think of you. They think you're a bunch of dumb bitches that can't make up your own mind. My wife,
Obviously.
I have never looked at Olivia and go, who you voting for, sweetie? I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Oh, are you? I don't think you are gonna. Wait till I get a hold of you when we get home. Never happened. You know what I would say? You're voting for fucking who? Gee, you're stupid.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
You're dumb. I thought you were smarter than. Luckily, you're hot. That's what I would say to Olivia. Luckily, you're hot.
I'll just say this: my mom is not voting against my dad this year, but my mom often votes against my dad, and he's just like, it's just ridiculous. He's like, but I can't stop her, He's like, but she just cancels out my vote. She's just wrong.
Mr. Robinson, you want to listen? You can stop her, and you can call Leeroy, and I will tell you right how to do it. We'll set her right as rain. We'll go ahead and make a phone call for you. It's all about the brotherhood, brother. We can't let those women decide. You tell your
Rose
daddy to
before
give me a
hose.
call.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying, man. Bitches before stitches. Stitches before bitches. Whatever.
It's one of them.
It's just sad. It's sad that they literally hate so many people. Like
Yeah, they hate
Kamala
women.
hates everyone.
Yeah.
And she's slipping. Like she can't even be on stage anymore without losing her shit. You see her cracking. She might be go off. I'm waiting for her to completely just snap
Oh, yeah.
and cut
Oh, yeah.
everybody out and
Oh,
scream
she
and
did.
yell.
Did you miss it? Like when she was like,
missed
"Oh my
it.
God, oh my Lord."
I
Here's
missed it.
here. Let me find it. Where is it? Oh yeah. Oh, I got it for you. I made an Instagram video over her losing her shiznit.
Oh,
But
I
here
didn't
it
see
is.
that. I don't Instagram though.
Oh, it was on
I
Facebook.
mean, I have
Here-
one.
here-
I'd probably do it.
here it is.
Should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States of America. Never again. Never again.
And honestly,
very
when it's
offensive.
when it's full view, it's even better. Let me see here. Okay, this one's better. This one will. Okay, I know it's in the trash. Take it out of the trash. Thanks. Okay, here you go. Here's the full sound and everything. This is great. Just remember, folks, Joy is on the ballot for 2024.
Should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States. Never again. Never again. Never again.
Hey, wasn't it like, I don't know, a month ago that we were hearing about joy and change and hope? I changed pretty fast. I don't hear much joy. Kind of sounds like my parents. Got my parents' wedding anniversary.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go.
Those two commercials, were they made by the Karens for Kamala? Just
No,
out of
those were made by the
curiosity?
Lincoln Project and the Harris campaign for 2024. No, you think that's good? Watch this. Cringe.
Oh, yes.
I was gonna put two girls in two cups, but I didn't. She's already blocked me. Like I blocked. I can't even post on Kamala's page anymore. She blocked me. So they're done with me. And Gretchen Whitmer, I don't want to get arrested for attempted kidnapping charges or anything because she likes to make shit up. Here you go.
Yeah. Oh, we have microphones and I was listening to everything. I didn't realize that. Okay. So, well,
You'll
now
bleep
you tell
my
us.
F words.
We just told all the family secrets. Shit.
She just dropped the S word.
Anyway, it's good to see you.
Shouldn't she be
Now we're
drinking
struggling to pick up conversation
Miller
again
High
because
Life.
we just let everyone know how badly we're doing with the male demographic.
What did they say? I couldn't hear. It was too like.
Well, first of all,
hear it
shouldn't she be drinking Cavossier?
Huh. I think it's called Hypnotic.
Oh, sorry. Or Colt 45.
Should be Miller High
Funny,
Life,
that
right?
doesn't-
That's what she likes,
funny.
right?
Funny, that doesn't look like grape Kool-Aid.
Oh,
I'm so confused.
Great drink, you racist prick.
I did. Sorry, my apologies. Is that a watermelon daiquiri? So here, folks, you're gonna get it here. We don't fucking care. This is the only show where you can just be you. If you're white woman, we've made fun of white people. We've made fun of women. We've made fun of Jews, Gentiles, Muslims. You pee sitting up, sitting down, doesn't matter. We'll make fun of everybody. That's just what we do because it's okay to laugh. It's okay to make fun of people. But what's interesting, I would rather, you guys want to know what they said? I would rather have them start making out than listen to what they had to say. But what they said was they were just talking and then they're like, oh, They're recording. Oh, they've recorded this entire conversation. Really? Because all you got to do, watch this. When you watch it a little closer. Here you go. Cameraman.
The camera.
Cameraman. First person view. Cameraman. You didn't know, huh? You just completely forgot after you just sat down, haven't had one sip of your beer, and you were only there for 30 seconds, and you forgot that they were recording. Give me a break.
Her one brain cell was tired, so give her a break.
Oh my God. This woman, and they're like, you know what the tagline of the video was? Relatable.
Relatable?
Please. Oh, who doesn't take their coat off when they're going to get a beer? I mean, seriously, does she have any chance, ladies? I mean, seriously, come on. It's women who's going to vote her in, and that's the only way she can win. Yeah. Does she have a chance or not?
I really hope not.
So I'll tell you, our pickup line, like every day, is like, what in the heck's going to happen? And today it was very like somber in the pickup line because it's so close to the election, and I don't think anyone in our school is voting for her at all. If they are, they're not sharing it with us, probably because they are afraid that we'll be judgy, which we mildly would judge you. I think we're afraid that my question was, will Donald Trump be allowed to win if he does actually win? Unless it's a landslide, will he be allowed to take office?
I think he will. The question is, will they let him take office, right? That's the key.
Yeah. And then everyone's like, well, we'll get Vance if they actually take him out. But I'm like, I just don't know if Vance is ready for the president, like, to run the country yet. And I love him. I love JD Vance, but it's
if
just
you
different.
decertify the election, you don't get Vance either. What they would do is if they decertify, Joe Biden would actually stay in place. This is the trick. And then ultimately he could make Kamala Harris the president, de facto state of president, by resigning the presidency. Folks, this is ugly. Like,
yeah.
Now, this is all hypothetical. I mean, let's assume it could go very smooth. It'll be litigated. It'll be lawyers. But in the end, on January 20th, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris will be sworn in. That's the best case scenario.
They just need to keep him in a bunker after voting day, after election day. Just keep him like hidden completely.
They need to keep America hidden. I'm worried about what happens to Americans.
Oh,
I'm worried about
same.
what will. I don't think this is going to be inner city. I think they're going after the suburbs. This is where I told you civil war starts. It doesn't start between the government and the people. It starts between what is considered to be the rich versus the poor, or the left versus the right, or the suburbs versus the inner city. That's what that's where it's going to start.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Leeroy or Amy. Somebody.
It's interesting that you say that, because just over the weekend, my wife and I, we were watching all of the Sunday morning shows, and one of the people that they were interviewing was JD Vance. And when we're talking about specifically the woman vote, right, I thought he had the best reply as to why women should be voting for Trump in lieu of Kamala Harris. And he came right out and said it. Thanks, Matt. He came right out and said it. He goes, you know what? Every wife in the United States, they are the people in their household that make all of the financial decisions. They're the ones that when they go shopping, they see at the register what their prices have gone up by. So it's enough to say, oh, well, you could vote for this person because they have the same plumbing, or you could vote a little bit smarter and go, no, you're not pulling this on me again. I realize that all of my bills have gone up, that inflation has gone up. You're not helping me. And now I'm going to vote for the other guy. And it was an amazing point.
True.
Anyone
Accurate. Yeah. I mean, that is a good point. Where we live is different. We are so close to DC. There's so many walls to the balls signs, or whatever, balls to the ball signs. They're everywhere. But everyone I know that also lives in the same area that I live in is not voting for Kamala Harris. So I'm like, do they just put the signs in their yard? I don't know. Are they trying to like sell something? And most of these people we live in like farm country. Like, everyone has a farm here of some sort. There's tons of farms, and they're voting. I can't see a farmer voting for Kamala Harris, but they're the ones with the signs in their yards, which is crazy to
probably
me.
don't want they probably don't want their property to get vandalized.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like, I just don't see it. Like, the farmers, especially the farmers, don't want Kamala. I don't know, but
I think
I just
people
don't
are. I think there's a lot of stupid people in this country, and
Yeah,
I think
Kamala was right about one thing.
Yeah, I think right when Kamala said there, this I'm going to close with this, and honestly, I think I'm going to do this every show. This video is important, folks. If you've not had a chance to donate to the DUM Show, we are 100% funded by you. Hey, we got Roseanne Barr's and what is that? Endorsement today. So we were endorsed by Roseanne Barr. That's pretty cool. So if you can help out the show, we appreciate it. Wimkin.com/The Dumb Show. You can use PayPal, you can use Venmo, or you can send it through our P.O. Box. If you can't afford, we understand. Please like, share, and subscribe to the show. That means a great deal, but help us out. We bring you a show like this. We don't write anything down. This is ad lib. We like to have fun. We just have a conversation. We're all friends. And we hope you feel the same way about us. And friends really don't let people go poor. So donate, or you don't care about us. See?
Yeah.
Let the guilt commence.
Yes, pack your bags. We're going on a guilt trip. We're kidding, by the way. Here is the video that if you have not seen, Amy and Leeroy, I broke this like 2 nights ago. I saw it from another page. Bobby Axelrod posted it, and then Benny Johnson posted it. And then I jumped all over this. Have you guys seen this video?
I don't know. What is it?
I know you have, Liv, but okay.
Is this the one I sent to you guys?
You probably sent it after I posted it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I usually
I sent you a
don't read
video.
your
I
stuff.
don't know what day it was, but I texted the group chat this weekend. I don't know what day it was, but I was like, this is the best video. I didn't say anything. I just posted it.
We're going to show it. Then I want reaction. Then we're going for the night. Here we go.
Dear Kamala Harris, let's get one thing crystal clear. The vast majority of American men have no issue with electing a female president. Our issue lies solely with you.
No, I think women shouldn't be president. I'm just telling you now, truthfully. I'm just kidding.
We're second in
but not really.
charge of California for 13 years.
As California's Attorney General, Harris promoted enforcement of a law that allowed prosecutors to seek jail time for parents of truant kids.
As a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
I thought that was crazy. I was like, how can you lock parents up?
If you don't go to school, Kamala's going to put you and me in jail. Yes, we achieved intended effect.
I opened the door and I see at least 7 or 8 cops wanted to arrest me. As a matter of fact, they did.
And frankly, you know the prosecutors in my office who volunteered to do this? My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
She had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicap.
Listen to this part, because this is happening all over the United States, and it happened to us. It happened to us because I legally spanked my son. Legally. Allowed for corporal punishment in this state based upon the rules and laws of this state. I was arrested. I was bonded. I was charged with something that was not even remotely the case. $10,000. My job, I don't know if I lost it because of this, but I guarantee it didn't help it. And this was exactly what they did. This is not just for truancy. They weaponize local government if you speak out. It's happened to Brandon Michon. It happened to plenty of people who speak out.
Daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense. That person could be arrested. They could lose time from work and their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community.
I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted.
Weeks later, I could dismiss the charges, but their life would forever be changed.
I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
She's a crazy fucking bitch.
She's freaking evil incarnate. I mean, who gets their jollies off of arresting people and ruining their life?
Can you imagine if she's president? Can you imagine, like, you want to talk about wielding a stick? There is no bigger stick than president of the United States. Let's have everyone listen to the rest.
All because of the swipe of my pen.
I don't agree what Kamala Harris did to my mom, and I don't agree with what she's done to other parents as well.
You were second in charge of the United States for 4 years.
If anything, would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
Inflation is hitting the highest level in 39 years. A record high number of illegal crossings.
Crime's been surging across the nation.
Huge spikes in homicides.
Could we be heading toward World War III? After 17 years of failed leadership, you are now asking us to trust you as first in charge of our country.
I am concerned and focused on big issues. Elementary and middle school truancy is actually a big issue. If we're trying to save the state money. Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding. I want money.
My message to all Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
As men and protectors of women and children, you are simply a risk we are not willing to take.
Sickle cell anemia is what her daughter had, I believe, and wasn't able to go to school. Olivia can tell you in Texas, our daughter. Go ahead.
Yeah, Hayden had mono when she was 8, and she missed over 2 weeks of school. And I took her to the doctor, got doctor's notes. Well, our school misplaced one of her doctor's notes. So she had like 6 or 7 days that were unexcused. And I didn't know this until I got a truancy letter from the state. And of course, as soon as I got it, I was like, what the heck? So I called the school and they're like, I gave you guys doctor's notes. And they're like, well, we must have lost it. But if that was the case, I would have been arrested. Because even though I did my part, the school lost the doctor's note. So I would have been arrested for something I didn't do. And then my life would have been, I never would have been able to get into childcare and do what I want.
Yeah.
Or do anything like this. I mean, it's just wrong. She is an evil, evil human being.
Well, you're going to vote for her.
Well, I'm going to vote for her secretly. You'll never know.
Yeah, they're going to arrest me because you voted for her secretly. Amy, then Leeroy. And then let's close it on this. So Amy, Leeroy, Olivia, and myself, and we're done.
My kids don't attend public school, so it's different for us. But the schools in general are failing our children. Actually, I should talk to you guys about this off air. There's an incident that's going on in our school has been reported to the authorities and still is not being addressed, and it's concerning to all of us. So it's like they're literally coming after parents for their children being sick, yet when the parents are not being good parents and hurting their own children, and that's being reported and overlooked for over a year now. This is what the fuck is wrong with our country. And excuse my language.
Yeah.
It's the second time I've cussed today. I'm sorry. So
No. Oh, yeah, you should be. I was just going to say.
Yeah. So
you better learn some manners, little lady.
Yeah, Amy, watch your fucking language. How dare
That's
you?
right. Seriously. Get a fucking vocabulary.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, you should be. I was just going to say. Little woman shouldn't be cussing like that. Little woman needs to know her place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just. All right. Leeroy, why don't you say something more profound than Amy, which shouldn't be hard?
3/4 of the way through that video, Kamala said it straight up. She said, I want money. And when I'm thinking about that, as your place as the prosecutor in the state of California, let's say you graduate up a couple of levels. Next thing you know, you're vice president or maybe, right? Still kind of up in the air. She could win. What happens if she does become president and now she has the ability to seize the IRS on people? She just got done saying she wants money, right? To what end will she use her prosecutorial swipe of her pen and make everyone's life miserable who might be struggling because of the inflation that they caused. To what end are we going to feel the wrath of the government, which is not supposed to happen, right? Under our Constitution and our Bill of Rights, this lady is going to sick the full power of the United States government on its citizens.
Yeah.
Are we ready for that? Are we going to vote in a dictator?
I'm going to vote for the Nazi.
Yeah, same.
Me too.
Voting for the Nazi. Sorry.
Yep.
The Nazi felon, white supremacist, sexist, xenophobic, homophobic, deplorable, orange orangutan, Cheeto man. Yeah, the guy who gets twice almost assassinated. Yeah. Is a playboy. I'm voting for that guy. Sorry, dude. Okay. I would vote for a woman, but I would be very circumspect for 1 week out of the month. That woman is permanently on PMS. She's permanently on PMS. Like that woman constantly is on the rag.
I'm not saying that there is not a woman who is qualified to be president, but I will say I think, and this is as a woman, and I'm obviously my husband beats me, and I'm not allowed to have a voice.
Hurry up, or
he
I'm
did
going
fill out
to.
my ballot for me. He did fill it out for me. I took it with me.
You come over there, honey. Can you help me with this ballot? It's too confusing.
Right.
What's my birthday, honey? Yeah.
How do I draw a circle?
Golly.
Circles are hard.
I don't know what I was saying. I forget.
When you
honestly.
go to vote, make sure you're not wearing any shoes. Just go in barefoot and say,
Barefoot,
"You didn't give them to me
pregnant.
today."
Hey,
It's
honey,
funny
do you need
because
me?
when I went to vote this time, my car was in the shop, and Jason has this truck. I don't know cars, but it's like a big truck, and he has it like lifted, and it has like the extra big tires on it, and so when I drive it, people are like, "Holy shit!" And I get out of the car, and they're like, "I did not expect you to be getting out of this truck. It's all tinted and blacked out." Too.
Right,
So
right,
I'm, like,
right.
pulling up the poles with my kids.
I will pay you or Olivia to do this. I'll record. I'll sneak a camera into the election center, and I want you guys to be like, "Hey, honey," and I'll be like, "Yeah." How do I spell Kamala? And I'll be like, TRUMP, and you'd be like, "Thank you." Dude, I'll record it. It'll fucking go viral. Please, please, let's do it. Let's do it. How do you spell Kamala? Trump. TRUMP. Thanks, baby. No problem, honey. Olivia, you're 1 minute.
Do it.
I want to do it.
Only if I black out one of my teeth, though.
Oh, no, we don't need to do that. We'll do it for real.
Do you think we'd get kicked out?
No, you just do it. Just do it right. Hi, baby. How do you spell Kamal? TRUMP, sweetie. Thank you. And I guarantee everyone laughs. And if they're pissed, who gives a fuck? Because we got it on camera. And then they flip out. It's going to go viral even more. It's perfect. It's perfect. Make a mockery of our system.
There's going to be a liberal in there who loses their shit. Yeah.
Oh, of course they are. Of course they are. We should do it. We should fucking do it.
Well, it's your freaking commercials that told us to do it. So
well, that's what I'm saying. But how perfect? How we should make that. We've got to start making this stuff because we've got the humor for it.
We need to do it, and then, but like you tell Olivia that, and then she like winks at me, and I'm in the other booth, like waiting for the answer too.
And then you lean over to her, and you're like TRUMP, and they knuckle and go, "Fuck men." That's right.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
It would be
my
perfect.
goodness.
Olivia, you've got your minute.
Thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
Welcome again, Judy and Melanie, which you need to get them privileges.
Yeah.
I'm just reminding you.
I got it.
Just remind
you. Just got to take a little time.
I know. You said when you were in front of the computer to remind you. So you're in front of the computer and I'm reminding you.
Yeah. Okay, Liv. Okay. Fine.
TRUMP, Liv.
Somebody's getting a backhand later.
Why don't you go TRUMP yourself, okay? Want to thank everybody. I want to say happy birthday to Santana and Kristen. Your videos will be posted on Facebook. I think I'll do Kristen's tonight and then do Santana's tomorrow. But happy birthday to all of y'all. Thanks for everyone for helping support the show. I know we ask so much of you, and you guys always carry the burden and help us. It means a great deal. This is now the 18th night in a row that we've been on. Now, understand we won't do 30 because we're not on 30 nights, but we are well on our way to hitting our goal for the month, and it means so much to us. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your help. Thanks for Leeroy and for Amy and for Olivia being here. Obviously, Olivia doesn't have a choice, but we thank you guys nonetheless.
Yeah. And Roseanne Barr, because we love you.
Dude,
oh, yes.
Roseanne Barr.
So if you watch this, like we are like all have crushed. Like we've been talking about you, Roseanne. Like go back and watch like a year ago of our episodes. I feel like you've been a topic of our show for a long time. We all love you.
Roseanne Barr loves you, dear.
Well, when they went after Roseanne for being an anti-Semite, but being
that was like a year ago, right?
How the fuck are you an anti-Semitic Jew? I don't understand. But you know what? They did the same thing to Gina Carano. People have accused me of hating Jews, and I'm like, are you fucking stupid? I can't. It's just dumb. She's got to get out of here. Amy's got to go. Amy, is your husband calling? Go to your husband.
No,
don't get beat.
Like this.
Oh, well. All right. Oh, Amy says I missed her. You missed Roseanne Barr? All right. Well, then I'll play the commercial on the way out. Amy, Leeroy, we love you. Thank you for being here. We're going to end on this. Good night, you guys. Election night, we'll be here 5 o'clock. We'll have the billet set up, and I'll get the graphics set up soon. But we'll see you tomorrow at 7. I will be here. Nobody else will. Just be me solo tomorrow. So have a wonderful evening. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Here's the Roseanne video folks. For those of you who didn't see it. Night. Things that I hear most often, that I always try to help people connect the dots, is what is past is prologue. And although Shakespeare, not my favorite, it's an interesting thing when you look at 1980 and the crack epidemic and what the United States government was involved in with the Contras.
No kidding.
So I don't understand why people are so shocked and they call Roseanne a conspiracy theorist, because there's evidence in the past of the government getting involved in this, and there's plenty of books on this, and you can read this.
Hey, here's what I think. I love your show, by the way, Matt Spear, and
Thank you, ma'am.
Just discovered you about a week ago,
ma'am.
Oh my God, this guy's a genius. The facts he can spew.
God, I love you.
You can spew fact, and that's the sign of a genius.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I appreciate you asking me that.
So you just made my life.
I do remember back when they were bringing the crack cocaine into the black neighborhoods, and that proved that the CIA was doing it because they were grooming that population.
Good night, everybody. God bless. Have a wonderful evening.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show. This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leeroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.